Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back once again to the Dynasty Hotseat. It's the only Dynasty show that's a certified inferno, and we're back once again with another episode of the worst team ever rebuild. So I adjust my camera. My goodness, apologies. We are a little earlier than usual because I do have plans later on tonight, so I'm heading out very soon. So I thought I'd jump on quickly, do a quick live video with you guys, catch you up on what's been going on. Then I got a boost, so I got to keep this to 30 minutes or under. If you're catching this after the fact, which I'm sure a lot of you might be, please leave a comment in the comment section below to let me know. If you're watching live, hey, say hello. It'd be great to hear from you. Let's get going, shall we? Awesome. So let's go. We got Taylor in the chat. Oh, you're on it, mate. You're absolutely on a different time. You're still here. Absolutely love it. Let's catch up quick now. We're going to go double time on this a little bit here, guys, because like I said, I am busy, but I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. So we're going to go through. Here's what happened in the last week. Zacchaeus gets put on the block. Our trade, I wasn't going crazy. We did get an offer for 2/3 for Dalton Schultz. CB accidentally removed it. He sent it back. I just pushed it through. So we had 2/3 for Dalton Schultz. That went through. Travis Hunter on injured reserve. Yeah, CB was talking basically about how his team might be the worst team in the world now. So that trade gets passed through. Renfro and Gibson get dropped. CB updates some nicknames. Cameron Johnson, bum. Bo Collins, bum. Edward should be RB1. Goat 3 for Gunnar Helm. Trevor Etienne. His name is Trevor. Goat 4, Ollie Gordon. Jolton Schultz, let's go. Not a bum. Jalen Polk, who? Chico Congo, mid. Goat 5, Travis Hunter. Bum, Caleb Johnson. Bum, Bryson Tremian. Riley Leonard, Notre Dame legend. That's true. Rudolph and Taylor and Tolbert and Nick Chubb. Bum. My goodness. Phil, never heard of you. Ray Davis is a bum. Jaden Higgins, nothing. Hooper's a bum. McMillan's a goat. Ben Sinnott is a bull, not a bum, a bull. Legette's a bum. Gamewell's nothing. Bellinger's a bum. I take offense to that, CB. My boy, Daniel Bellinger. How dare you? Van Jefferson, bum. And Cam Miller, who? Doesn't even have a photo. So, yeah, that shows you who. CB, the new worst team ever. Love it. Ben Sinnott's also a bum. Pork Belly and CB fighting over the worst team ever. Hey, we're not the worst team anymore. I think we can definitively say that now, ladies and gentlemen. We did it. We're off the bottom, at least. We are going places. And this episode is kind of about what do we do now? How do we put those final pieces of the puzzle ready for, next year, potentially making the playoffs? We could sneak in this year. And the year after that, definitely wanting to get into the playoffs for sure. So we've got Tyrell Jennings, John Mechie, Wentz getting picked up. Interesting. Daniel Bellinger getting dropped. I like Daniel Bellinger. Do we try and pick him up? How's he been doing this year? I am a fan of Daniel Bellinger. He had those 2 kind of big weeks, but I think maybe their other guy, Johnson, is it? Theo Johnson is maybe more of their main target, I think. So let's have a look. Jay Roper, here comes the content. CB's team is worse when it's all settled. Let's see. We had a vote. CB won the vote. We're not even in there. It was great. CB saying a light little 50-point game he got. That's, whoa, yeah, that is low. That is low. Jay Roper's at the game. Love it. And then we had, what's that? Well, I think it's over for Brian Thomas Jr. this season. Yeah. We'll get to that. CB was actually the best manager, believe it or not, even though he only scored 50 points. Nathaniel was the worst, and then there's a bunch of stuff in here that no one really cares about. So we'll swing on. Let's have a look. Going to do a Jets rebuild on Madden. Love that from Anselmo. That's a great shout. Jared Patterson gets picked up. Davis Mills, Dawson Knox getting picked up. Jake Browning gets dropped. Chris Moore, Jackson Hawes, and Bo Collins again getting picked up. Last week we did really well. We did lose, sadly. But look, 139 points. So 140 points, basically. That is our highest ever points total. That's good, right? We are going places. We know that we don't have our first round pick for this year. And we know that max points for are how things are going to go for any teams that don't make the playoffs. So we are thinking that it would be more of like a mid first round pick we're giving up here. And we did get Trevor Lawrence. And of course, The unbelievable Colston Loveland scoring 32 points this week. It is a tight end premium league, remember? So very pleased. Very pleased. Taylor, we did not win. We did not win. We did start Loveland, but it wasn't quite enough. CJ in the chat, what's up? What's up? Caliber, we traded Helm. Yeah, we traded Gunnar Helm. We traded Gunnar Helm and a first round pick, and we got back Trevor Lawrence and Colston Loveland. I'm still happy with that trade. I know some people aren't fully on board, but again, I asked the chat. The chat said approve. We approved. I like it. I like it. The grill. Yes. We got the grill in the chat. Guys, please, if you have not already, on the Dynasty Hotseat YouTube channel right now, there is a brand new weekly Dynasty show that just uploaded. We talk the stability of Daniel Jones. We talk about the trades and how they affect your Dynasty teams. And we talk a whole bunch of other stuff that I think you guys will really like. If you've not seen it already, go on to the YouTube channel. You're there already, probably. Have a look at the most recently uploaded video. And look out for later on tonight. I've scheduled another video to go out where Ali, James, and myself outline some trades. It is really good content. Make sure you check it out. Caliber, gotcha. I like it too. Yeah, I do like it. I really do. So let's set our lineup for this week, shall we? And then I'll whack into the comments from last week's episode, and we'll go from there. So we don't have Samaji Pirine. So I think we put in Devin Singletary. I mean, we literally have no choice. So we'll put in Devin Singletary. We don't have T. Higgins, unfortunately. So, or Xavier Worthy. This could be a bit of a ropey week. Oh, God. Oh, dear. Oh, right. Oh, no. Oh, no. Jordan Watkins? Westbrook Akine? Do we risk Watkins? Has he been involved at all in the Rams? Oh, boys, this is going to be... Let's go Brian Thomas in there, right? And maybe we can get somebody else in here, potentially. Trey Tucker's playing on Friday, so let's put him in the wide receiver slot. Okay, this is going to be tricky. I can tell you right now. Dalvin Cook, the mascot, he's not going in. Man. Any advice from the live chat would be greatly appreciated at this stage. Not that I think you can actually help here. Wow, this is Bymageddon for our team. We need to put in one of Jalen Hyatt, Treylon Burks, Jordan Watkins, Curtis Samuel, or Nick Westbrook-Akine. I think we need to put in two of them, actually, to be honest. Yeah, we do. Two. God. My gut is telling me Jordan Watkins. I don't know why. Has he been involved at all? 1 and 2 targets. I don't know why my gut is leaning towards Watkins. I'm not sure. My other gut instinct here would be... I mean, Nick Westbrook-Akine, I don't think... The Buffalo secondary isn't great right now, but Westbrook-Akine has barely been involved, has he? Let's check and see. Has he been involved at all? 4 targets. He's sort of involved, but not really. He does have that home run hitter in him. The other options, Jalen Hyatt, who's been just iced out. I don't think that's probably worth it, I wouldn't say. Other options available to us include Treylon Burks, who's just signed for Washington. I mean, I don't like that. And Curtis Samuel, who is very sparingly used, has had 5 targets all year. I think that's maybe the play that we should have then, right? Akine and Watkins. I'm not really sure on who else we put in, really. It's kind of tricky, isn't it? Let's see. Ali saying Singletary one for the trade block. Yeah, good shout. Let's put him on. Let's put him on for sure. So let's do that. Probably go Westbrook, Akine, and Burks. So we take out Watkins and put in Burks. Burks isn't much, but if there's no Terry, he's bound to get at least 1 target. You'd think so, actually. Let's take out Watkins, put in Burks in. Jimmy, bonjour. Hello. Welcome to the chat. I wish I had more French than bonjour, Jimmy. I don't really. So we'll stick with that. Ça va? Is that French? I don't know. I'm terrible at that. I speak a bit of Spanish, though. do a bit of Spanish, but my French is not the strongest at all. Let's put in Burks. So our lineup of studs. Speaking of studs, Daniel goddamn Jones, what a stud. Devin Singletary, Woody Marks, Trey Tucker. I'm looking to sell him soon, definitely. Darius Slayton, Colston Loveland, Traylon Burks, Brian Thomas Jr., Nick Westbrook-Akine, and Trevor Lawrence. We're probably going to get battered. Yes, we're playing against Rye, who is the best team, I believe, in the league. So we're not expecting a win. We're going up against Jonathan Taylor and Christian McCaffrey and Puka Nacua and Justin Jefferson. Jesus Christ. And Nico Collins and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Kamara and, well, Bryce Young's an absolute scrub. But, yeah, that's not going to be great for us, sadly. Sadly. All right, let's fire over. How are we doing for time? Oh, man, killing it. Doing great. Well then, hola, love it. Yes, like now you're speaking my language. Thank you. Let's switch over to the comments from last week and let's see how many of these we can get to. Kyle, legendary, the great Canadian, Kyle Senra. I think you should try and add a first or two to Trevor Lawrence in order to get Jaden Daniels. I like this a lot. Jaden Daniels, obviously injured, So, can we go ahead and find where Jaden Daniels is? And now, excellently, we don't have any arch nemesis to worry about. He's on Jay Roper's team. Now, Jay Roper he's open to trades. He does not. Oh, this is interesting. Can you guys see this? I need to share this tab. Right, look. He's got Josh Allen and Cam Ward. I think a little Trevor Lawrence trade could actually work here. I think we could be in business, ladies and gentlemen, because he's going to need a second QB here. Coming up to, look, week 10, but he's not going to have that security. So we could end up getting a decent player here, Jaden Daniels. If we use Trevor Lawrence and let's say, do we strike while iron's hot on T. Higgins? Could we get a Trevor Lawrence, Jaden Daniels for Trevor Lawrence and T. Higgins? And could we try and coax something back on the other side as well? Just a little like a Josh Downs, maybe? A little something like that? That might go down quite well. Daniels isn't going to play the rest of the season, you would imagine. Jay Roper is in a decent position, I believe, in the league. He's going to want to contend. I like the look of that. I think it's potentially one that might go through, might get a counter. I say, may as well have my bro Dalvin Cook in the lineup. Yeah, of course, yeah. Let's see, shop T-Law, send. If it's good enough for the grill, it's good enough for me, ladies and gentlemen. We are sending T-Law and T. Higgins, and we're getting Jaden Daniels and Josh Downs. That would be sweet. Let's send that off. Boom. Love that suggestion from everyone's favorite Canadian, Kyle Senra. Far better than Chase Claypool, for sure. CB also saying the same thing. So, yeah, we've already done that. Awesome. Berto saying, I wonder if Jaden Higgins' value is down far enough to get him for Shuck straight up. Wouldn't hate it. The first for Shuck and second is also legit. Yes. Okay. I like that. I maybe prefer that than others. When you have an insane amount of draft picks already, there's no reason to keep trying to tank. Yeah. When you have other people's draft picks, time to start winning. People focus on getting more picks and rebuilding and forget the whole point is to win the ship. Yes, win the ship. When you own everyone else's draft pick, tanking strategy is no longer the best strategy. You want to beat them. Yeah. So have a crap record. Great point. That's a really good point. Should only take 2 years to be able to do it right. Tanking. Well, we are now into year 2, and we're kind of pushing towards a playoff spot potentially. And we started with a quarterback team of Jimmy Garoppolo and I can't remember. It was Jimmy Garoppolo and it was someone else who wasn't very good. It might have ironically been Daniel Jones. Tanking, grabbing picks is one. Year 2 grabs a pick. Yeah. Year 3, you get the rookies, then it's go time. That's what we're hoping as well. That's what we're hoping as well. So hopefully we'll be able to have go time in year 3. Hyped about Loveland. Me too. Let's see what else. Caleb Williams drives me crazy. Yes. Great episode, Max. Berto, thank you so much. When he says catch it live. Hopefully so. You might be here right now. Excellent comment, Berto. Thank you so much. Always appreciate it. Absolute legend. So we want to go Jaden Higgins. Let's see what we can go and find for him, shall we? So Jaden Higgins, I know if Ali's watching still, he's going to love this. He's a big Higgins guy. He's on CB's team. All right. So we know CB watches the show. CB, absolute legend, does watch the show. So what has worked before in the past is, hey, CB, hello, what do you want for Jaden Higgins? I'll ask that question. CB will, at some stage when he watches it, he might be at basketball, he might be somewhere else right now, I'm not sure. He will reply with some kind of offer for Jaden Higgins, and we'll get to that on the next episode. How about that? Let's do that, because I know CB watches his absolute hero. So let's do that, Berto, shall we? Right, let's swing back. BMU, all good in the trade. Love it. Madness, probably a bit strong. 26 class is amazing. People still get rookie fever. That is true. That is true. Love the idea of upgrading for T-Law Daniels. Nice. Okay, let's keep going. Then this is one I said last week. Are we really sure he's worth more than Daniel Jones? I think Daniel Jones is probably more in terms of trade value now than Trevor Lawrence. Great show. Thank you, BMU. Thank you so much. Spartan. Look at the buying Spears with third, maybe 2/3. He's like really good. Coaches want to get involved more. Could be a cheap running back to have. All right. So let's see who's got Tajay Spears. Nathaniel's got Tajay Spears. Nathaniel, who we've dealt with on numerous times. So let's see how Tajay Spears is doing. Yeah, look at that. He's been playing quite well. So let's see. What could we potentially give up and get back Tajay Spears? This is tricky. I was fine trading running backs, a bit tricky. Would he flip Devin Singletary straight up? Probably not. Would he do that? There's a small chance. Not a big chance, but a small chance. I would be very happy with that as well. So why don't I send that and see if we get a counter back? Normally I would ponder this a bit longer, but I am on a fairly tight schedule. So let's send that out, see if we get a counter back. I'd be delighted giving up Devin Singletary to get Tajay Spears for sure. So let's see if that happens. Also, maybe try saying Trey Benson. I have asked Bryce. I did ask about Benson, and Rye is not interested. He wants an elite running back for Marvin Harrison Jr. Would definitely, Matt saying, would definitely sell Shuck for CB's second. I think we paid an early third for him, not a second. All right, cool. Okay. Now, there was talk about getting a first-round pick for Shuck if we give up a second. I just don't know if anyone's gonna do that. You know, we could send out the Rattler and Shuck 1-2 punch for a first. I think we tried that already. Shuck's going to be hard to move. We might see how he does again this week. I mean, how did he do last week? I mean, probably terrible because he's absolutely brutal. Like, he's so bad. Yeah, he's awful. He was awful. Like, yeah. Just passing yards under 200 both games. 128 in the first, 176 in his second game. He's not very good. We're going to struggle to move him, I think. We're going to struggle. Pede Fool, could you take a look at my sleeper dynasty squad? Can you do me a favor? If you have time, if you put it in the comment when this video is finished, we got about 10 minutes left. If you put in the comments what your squad is, I will get to it next week. Just post up, these are the players I have. What do you think? And I'll tell you if, don't say if you're a contender or a rebuild, don't say anything. I'll tell you what I think you are. And then we'll go from there. So if you have time to do that, that'd be great. Or if you go at Dynasty Hotseat on Twitter, send me a screenshot, and hopefully I'll remember to get back to you. Yeah, I can do it soon. I'm going to get in a train in 40 minutes, so I can do it then if you want. Let's go on. I think Bo Nix would fit the team great because he's showing signs he could be a top QB in 1 or 2 years. Friendly Manacles love was picked over Tyler Warren. Yes, CP, love it. And then CB also, I wish you'd been able to make the stream, but it's basketball practice. Yeah. And last comment, but I don't on Twitter. How I see what it is. That was the big announcement. The big announcement being, of course, the amazing new Dynasty show that is available right now. Make sure you go and see it. Leave a comment as well. You guys are awesome. I leave comments on videos, so make sure you leave a little comment saying what you thought of the show. If you liked it, anything you would like to change about it as well, that would be great to hear. Bo Nix was the comment from CB. So let's see if we can get in on any kind of Bo Nix action then, shall we? Nix. Bo Nix is owned by Aselmo. So, we would probably need to give up a quarterback. I don't know if we can. I don't think. We could use these two in a workaround way to try and get Bo Nix somehow. He's definitely not going to accept. No, he won't accept that. That would be crazy. But we maybe use both of them and player. That's not great, is it? I don't know. I'm struggling with this on the fly. Please leave if you are watching after the fact. Please leave a comment. What kind of trade would you put in to get Bo Nix? That would be great to hear. I'm struggling to find something on the fly because we don't have many quarterback pieces to work with. I don't want to give up Daniel Jones or necessarily Trevor Lawrence to get a guy like Bo Nix. I'd rather go after a Jaden Daniels, for example. That would be my preference, if at all possible. Right, let's switch back. What do we got? Spartan. Sell Schultz. Done. Easy. That was easy, right? Price on Henderson. Did we figure it out? Did we send out an offer for Henderson? I will message the owner. I will write that down. I will message about Trevion Henderson and see. I'm not sure if we sent out an offer or not. I can't remember. But I'll message whoever owns them. Don't start fans. I don't think we did, so that's good. Stay away from GMO until it produces. Fair. Lovely against the Bengals. Commit being hurt. Slam dunk. Aged like fine wine. Beautiful. Yes. Delighted with that reception at the end. Yeah, that was a huge tack on. Price check on Luther Burden and Scadabo. I don't want to spoil too much. There's a video coming out in a few hours of Dynasty Sells. Scadaboo is actually on my list. If enough people, though, you know how the show works. If enough people want him, I will make an offer for him for sure. And Spartan has shown he definitely knows what he's talking about. But I think that injury is horrific. He doesn't play this year. I'd be shocked if we see him by the start of next year. He might miss a chunk of next season. Then if he's back the year after that, he's going to be 27, turning 28. That's your lot for a running back, usually. So he's an older prospect. He's going to be, 27, 28 years old when he's back with a busted ankle. I don't know. I think we could wait, and Scadabo's price will plummet and plummet and plummet if we really wanted to buy him. Luther Burden, on the other hand, that is interesting for me. Caliber, what are you saying? Probably have to be Jones or T-Law for next. Yeah, I think they would want a plus on top as well, which I'm not loving. I'm not loving the idea of that. So let's see. Can we go and have a look for Luther Burden, shall we? Now he's on Nathaniel's team. How has Burden been doing this year? We would have a lot of Bears on the team. Wow, he's been doing absolute ass. Yeah, he's not been doing well at all. So that could be someone that we could look at as a good prospect that we could maybe go in and flip. Would people be interested in Trey Tucker for Luther Burden, for example? That's the kind of deal that we might be able to do. Take the risk on a player like Luther Burden, who has the pedigree, give up someone like Trey Tucker, who has the hype, I would say, and trust in that talent to come through. Luther Burden taking over Trey Tucker eventually. That is a deal I don't mind. What do you boys in the live chat think if you're watching? Should we hit send on Trey Tucker for Luther Burden, or do you think we might be able to get a little bit more for Trey Tucker, who is kind of, working his way up Dynasty rankings right now. It's tricky. I'm with you, Caliber. I don't mind it. I don't love it, but I don't mind it. Let's have a quick scan. What else could we do in terms of getting Luther Burden? Not much. We have like Woody Marks, Devin Singletary in there. Slayton's not going to get it done. These boys here aren't really going to get anything done. We're not going to use the Xavier Worthy unless we got like, if we did use Worthy, we would want like O'Dunes. That's going to be hard as well, though. Yeah, that's a tricky one. I don't hate. He's also got Scadaboo, by the way. So we could try and do a double deal in there somewhere. In terms of quarterbacks, I don't love anything in there. Milrow is there, who's a fascinating option, but Darnold's playing too well. Yeah, this is where I think this is about the level that we're going to have. I don't want to press send on this one until enough people give me the okay. This is one of the ones I don't think is a slam dunk enough for me to prioritize. We got Caliber in the chat who's not 100% sure. Neither am I. Drop a comment on this video if you're watching after the fact. Should I hit send on the Trey Tucker for Luther Burden? Just a yes or a no would be appreciated. Thank you very much. All right. Let's swing back here, shall we? Missed the live stream by an hour. So close. So close. And sorry, I'm early this time, so you probably missed this one too. My apologies. My apologies. So that is the end of the comments from last week's video. There's only one more thing to do. You'll have noticed. Trades. Hey, look at that. We have incoming trades. Let's have a look. Oh my goodness me. These are interesting. Oh, we've got one from 10 minutes ago. Hello. Okay. Hello. This is big. Right. Let's go here. CB wants 2/3 for Nick Chubb. I'm going to go ahead and decline that because we have Woody Marks, who's the better running back, potentially. I don't think we want to pay 2/3 for Nick Chubb. I'm going ahead and just decline that for the team. All right. Jay Roper has countered. We would get Josh Downs, Jaden Daniels, and Harold Fannin. We would give up Daniel Jones, T. Higgins, and Trevor Lawrence. This is our chance to get Jaden Daniels. But this is an overpay. And I understand greatly because you have to overpay to get Jaden Daniels. This is a massive decision. I think it is too much. In the long run, I think this does more damage to our team than good, I think. But it's not up to me. What could we do? This is way too big for a live chat. I think way too big for a live chat. This has to be this has to be a full worst team ever community decision. What do we do with this trade? Is there a counter that we could send? Right? Is there something we could do to balance the books a little bit on our side? So instead of Harold Fannin, we don't really need another tight end. Could we throw in a player like Trevion Henderson, who we spoke about earlier? Do we need to give up Jones and Lawrence? And T. Higgins, by the way. This is a big decision. Maybe the biggest trade that we've had ever on this show. So is that a country you like? Do we try and do something where we don't give up T-Law and Jones and T. Higgins? I mean, all three. What can we do with this? I will, after this, obviously, I want you to say what your thoughts are. Leave a comment on what you think. I'm going to message Jay Roper and ask him if there's any trades that he would consider that involve just Trevor Lawrence or just Daniel Jones. And we can get rid of Josh Downs and on Trevor Henderson, whatever. But would he consider, or does he need both? And then we'll pick up next week. Wow, this is a big way to end things because that is a huge, huge trade. See Kirk Walsh, Henda would make it a smash, I think. I think that would be pretty good. I feel certainly a lot better than that, getting Henderson involved in this trade. So let me know what you think. This is not the actual trade. This is just a potential counter. The actual trade had not Trevion Henderson in there, but Harold Fannin in here. So let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. That would be wonderful. That's all the time I've got for you this week. I know it's a bit of a shorter episode, but I didn't want to leave you hanging. I thought I'd come on here, do a quick little episode, and I'll leave it with you. Caliber, I am so torn. Me too. Me too. Bit of a cliffhanger, right? Bit of a cliffhanger. Well, see you next week. And we will pick up right where we left off with that trade. That's where we're going to start. So if you're going to do anything, leave a comment on that trade. What do we do? Thank you so much for watching. Thanks, C. Kirk. Thanks, Caliber, in the chat. Thanks, Ali. Thanks, all the boys who were able to tune in a little bit earlier. Always appreciated. Please remember to check out the new Dynasty show on the Dynasty Hotseat. And remember that right here on the worst team ever. Well, it's not even the worst anymore, is it? We got to still remember that the greatness isn't born. It's built. See you next week. Can't wait to see what happens with this trade.